Now, we only started this last week, and I did not set a reminder. I thought I would just see who is actually out there at the moment. So I'm starting this every Wednesday when I'm here, live at 5. It's the Chef Mel helpline, so you can, if you need someone to talk you through maybe what to do for dinner tonight, or if something has gone terribly wrong this week in your cooking, I'm going to be here to help you through that. And also, I don't know if anyone saw my post on Monday. I have decided, after a very long year of traveling and putting on a few extra kilos, that it is indeed time to follow my own advice and eat myself sexy. So I've got my new Eat Myself Sexy or Eat Yourself Sexy cookbook coming out in the next few weeks. And what I'm going to do in the next few weeks, and not this Wednesday live at 5, is I'm going to be dropping a few shopping lists and menu ideas and some plans, so that if you want to join me, and there's strength in numbers, I need some of you to help keep me honest. So if you're also thinking that, you know, it's a month until spring, and if you want to start getting in shape, please drop me a DM. Hi guys, and let me know if you're interested in getting those free checklists and shopping lists, and I will send them to you. So just send me a direct message after this and just say, yes, Mel, I want to do Eat Yourself Sexy, and then I'll send it to you. But in the meanwhile, while we wait for some people to join us, I'm going to be doing a little bit of prep for and I haven't started completely yet with the Eat Yourself Sexy, but I'm starting to do a bit of planning. So one of the most important things you can do is clean out your fridge. So I cleaned out my fridge today, and then I went shopping. So if I've got healthy food in my fridge, I'm going to cook healthy food. So it's no use having, slabs of chocolate and that kind of thing. Well, we all need slabs of chocolate, but you need to have healthy, fresh food. So that's what I did today, is I went shopping and I bought myself some lovely fresh fruit and veg. Cheers, everyone. Happy Wednesday if you are joining me. So what I thought I would do is, I'm very confident in the kitchen, of course, with chopping and doing everything. But if you hate chopping, if chopping is not your thing, and if you take a really long time to chop things, please do yourself a favor, and you need to do my free knife skills course. So as a cooking school teacher, I've been teaching for, 28 years to be exact. My biggest find is that even though you're wanting to learn to do all these amazing dishes, and you're really wanting to learn some new recipes, if your knife skills are not great, and if you're not confident, you're wasting time and you're wasting your happiness. So I've got a great selection of knives. So first of all, it's a great excuse to go shopping if you don't have, decent knives, but you don't have to spend like a ridiculous amount of money. Of course, I'm a bit overboard. I must have in here in my secret stash, I think I've got about 24 knives, but I am a chef and I do collect. So what you want is some reliable knives that you can use for all sorts of things. This is my little Nakiri knife, I think it's called. And then I've got my veggie cleaver. Now, don't drop those on your toe, because these are very sharp. So one of the first things I can teach you about chopping is get your knives sharpened. So I use lovely Troy at A Wicked Edge, and he keeps my knives sharp, and then in between I will try and keep them sharp. Welcome, guys, if you're just joining. So these are my chef's knives. So I've got a lovely Victorinox. I've got a Dryzak, Wusthof Dryzak as well. And this is the lovely koi knife, the Australian hardwood. Isn't that just gorgeous? All right. So again, nice and sharp, but you need to know what to do with them. So it's pointless having a pretty knife if you don't know how to chop. So to get my free knife skills course, all you need to do is go to the chefmel.me website. And if you just wait for a couple of seconds, a pop-up will ask you if you want to do the free knife skills course. Put your email address in there and you'll get the course for free. And then you'll be able to chop and live happily ever after. So, knife skills are very important. So like I said, I'm waiting for, it's Chef Mel helpline. So I'm waiting for any questions and I'll be reading those out as they come in. Let me just open the chats. But of course, in the meanwhile, go to my website as well and wait for a couple of seconds. It will pop up and ask you to, if you want to do the free knife skills course, just put your email in and it'll come to you. You'll have to do a login to get the course to open up, but that'll be easy. So we've got a question here from Fatima. Approximately how much are the knives? Now, of course, I can spend a lot of money for you getting you a sexy knife, but you actually don't have to spend a lot of money. If you go down to your Asian markets, they will have beautiful Chinese cleavers for about 40 or 50 bucks, if that. Now they are going to be great, almost like that shape. This is the most reliable shape for me. If I was going to go get stuck on an island and they said I was only allowed to take one knife, I would probably take my cleaver because I can do so much with it. And also when you chop and when you're chopping and dicing, you can then scoop everything up. And it's quite a fantastic tool to have. So cleaver is very nice, but of course it also depends on the size of your hand. So literally you could get a reliable knife for about 30 or 40 Aussie dollars from your Asian market and just ask for a Chinese vegetable chopper or a vegetable cleaver. Of course, this is a Shun. This is a bit more expensive, but this is going to last me. This is going to outlast me. This is going to be my kids' knife, and it's going to be my grandkids' knife, and you know, it's as long as you look after it. I did hack this one night, but got it fixed. But yes, you don't have to spend a lot of money, and you know, buy the cheapy knife and get it sharpened professionally. And in the knife skills course, so remember, go to my Chef Mel website. In a couple of seconds, the pop-up will come up. I'll also put the QR code in here so that you can do that free knife skills course. But you need to learn how to sharpen your knives. And the best way to learn how to sharpen, and you'll see that in the video of the free chef skills, is get a sacrificial tomato, and the tomato will tell you when your knives are sharp. So if you drag that through there, you can see I've made a very beautiful cut. So test your knife. If your knife's not doing that, if you have to literally hack through and it's just sliding off there, guys, your knife is blunt. You are not living the dream, and it's a very easy fix to get your knives sharpened. I'm very passionate about knife sharpening. And like I said, sign up for that free chef's knife skills course and you will live happily ever after. So while I'm waiting for questions, and that was about how much are the knives. Well, like I said, you can get a cheapie for 30 bucks Aussie, and you can get knives worth thousands and thousands. So you probably need if you don't like the look of the cleaver, you need your chef's knife. Okay, and the size of the chef's knife is going to depend on your hand. Don't let someone tell you that you know, it's too big or too small. And I'm talking about knives here, guys. You need to have a knife that when you hold on to it, it's heavy enough, it's light enough, it's you know, perfectly the right balance for you, and you're the only one who can tell anyone which knife is going to fit. Okay, so with the knives, you know, you need to give them a test run. So you can DM me and I can help you choose a knife. It'll be fun, guys. You got to get yourself a nice knife, otherwise you're not living. So if you have crappy blunt knives, you will not enjoy cooking and you will not enjoy prep. And I want you to enjoy prepping. Prepping is very important, and that sounds boring, but if you don't do prep, you're probably not cooking certain recipes. If you go, I hate chopping onions. Well, you know, onions are in quite a few million dishes. So if you don't know how to chop an onion properly, I feel sad for you, because it can be so much fun. In fact, I get quite emotional and I tear up when I'm chopping an onion because I know how important it is. And I know that, you know, once you've chopped an onion and you're all excited, well, you'll chop all sorts of things. You know, I'm just going to take you through some chopping while I wait for these questions. Chef Mel, help desk. So remember, if you have a question, ask me, otherwise I'm just going to get chopping. So things like onions, onions are very easy to chop, and I've got a lovely onion hack. So this is how they taught me in hotel school. So I leave the onion whole and I leave the roots on when I chop an onion. So if you chop the root off the onion straight away, top and bottom it, top and tail it, you're already at a disadvantage, because the chefs in the hotel schools will show you that the best way to chop is actually, and I'm just using a little serrated knife here. I wouldn't use my big fancy knives, my big, cleaver, or my chef's knife for this. I'm going to use a little paring knife, and a serrated one is fantastic. So what I'm going to do is cut my onion in half through the middle. And again, like I said, keep that root intact. Leave the root on. Leaving the root on is going to make you more efficient, and it's actually going to save you a lot of stress. So leave the root on, and then peel the onion. So just peel that side of the back there. Guys, if you've peeled an onion before, just bear with me. I'm just showing those guys who have given up chopping onions because it's just too sad, or if you're not efficient. And I am talking a lot while I peel this onion, but there we go. So let me just adjust that camera. So here we have this little knife. Now, I don't know if you can see here, I'm going to chop that side off, all right? But the root remains intact. I know I've said that a million times, but I want you to remember that. With my knife, I'm going to chop down into the onion. And because I've left that root on, even though I've chopped through, look, it's not falling apart. This is going to make sure that you're not spending, and you've seen in the movies where they're chopping an onion and you got one little piece of onion like this and they're chopping. That is not cool. That's not chefy. No one's going to say, wow, you look so chefy. That's a waste of time. Okay, sorry I'm being so harsh, but like I said, this is going to make you more efficient. So if you do have a sharp knife, you can see I'm holding it parallel to the board, and yes, I'm getting emotional because this is a real onion. I've chopped in that way now, and that way. And if you're stressing out because you're in your car or in your office, don't forget, this is my free knife skills course that I've made available to you guys, so that you can actually live happily ever after. Sorry, I'm just adjusting another camera here, guys. And so once I've got the onion like that, I'm then just going to chop through and chop down. And now you have what they call a brunoise cut. All right, so it's a lovely fine dice. And you can see I'm still happy. I'm confident, I look chefy, and it's the quickest, easiest way to chop an onion, all right? And there we have a nice fine dice. Look how small it is. So if you didn't see before, it's now ready to go into a stew or a casserole or a soup or even a salad, all right? You do not want big, lazy pieces of onions in your salad. Now, while I'm waiting for those questions, feel free to ask me questions, guys. This is Chef Mel's helpline. I thought while you're all still shy and not asking me stuff, I'd give you a knife skills demo. So that is how to chop an onion and live happily ever after. So the next thing we're going to do is a tomato. I chop a tomato the same, and a serrated knife is great for tomato, especially if you have a crappy blunt knife that has not been sharpened since you've had it. Then if you try and do this with a knife that is about as sharp as your butter knife, you're not going to enjoy chopping. So here I do the same thing. I keep, well, you can take that little eye out there. So get it nice and clean. And then what I'm doing is I'm chopping down into the tomato, keeping my knife perpendicular to the board. If it goes red, stop cutting. That's my you've cut yourself joke. All right, so into the tomatoes like that. And you can see I've done exactly like the onion. It's basically separated. All right. And then I'm going to use my, because I can do this because my knife is sharp, I can now cut in here, keeping my knife now parallel to the board, and voila. This tomato is cut that way, this way, and that way. And now I can just carve off. Look, I'm not even looking. It's that easy. No, I'm kidding. I'll look. So chop it. Look how nice and small that dice is. Guys, I wish I could teach those movie stars how to chop, because sometimes it's embarrassing. And that's just the end there that I need to cut, because that was holding it all together. And look again how nice and finely cut my tomatoes are. All right, I know I get way too excited, but this is, after all, my passion is teaching you guys how to be happy. So no questions yet. That's all right, guys. I'll just keep talking. I don't mind at all. So the next thing I want to show you is, and remember, if you've just joined, go to my chefmel.me website. or Chef Mel Happy Chef. And if you linger on the website, it is going to give you a, do you want the free knife skills course? Say yes, put your email in, and you'll do I want you to do my free knife skills course, because with the knife skills course, you can then select which skill you'd like to learn. I pop up on camera, I show you how to do it. You can do it with me, you can rewind, you can do it again, you can practice in the comfort of your own home. Oops, voila, garlic is the next thing. Garlic is much better fresh. So you can see I'm just, now this is instead of a garlic press. So if you've got a garlic press and you're sick of pressing it and then having to fight to get what is rightfully yours out of it, I always say, if you have a garlic press, you have something to sell on eBay tonight. Because the best thing to do with your garlic is, if you've got a fork, all right, is you're going to put the garlic, I'm going to put it here so you can see. And if you need a clean board. And guys, did you see that my board is not moving, which is why I'm so happy and confident. There's a little chucks, wet chucks under there. So that's another thing. If you're chopping and you hate cooking because you hate chopping, put a wet cloth and a chopping board under your chopping board, and it's not going to move. It's going to make you more efficient, and it's going to make you look chefier. Okay, but I digress. So the garlic is now on the board. I will take the fork. I will now violently attack the garlic with the front of my fork, just using the front tines. So just here, all right, just over there. So I'm not using the fat bum here of the fork. I'm using the sharpness of the front, and I'm really putting my weight into it. And that is quickie crushed garlic. Look at that, nice and fine, straight into your curry or stir fry or whatever you're cooking. That just saved you 20 years of your natural life, because with a garlic press, I find you have to find it first in the drawer, then you have to press whatever your garlic, and then you've got to actually dig it all out again. So up to you. Try use that if you want. So guys, still no questions, but I am going to keep going with some prep work, because I have decided that it's been a very big year of travel, and with traveling, and I love traveling, I have put on a wee bit of weight, just a couple of kilos here and there. And so I'm also writing or rewriting my Eat Yourself Sexy book, which is going to be available soon. But I'm also going to be sharing free shopping lists and a free guide and a free planner. So if you want to do the Eat Yourself Sexy challenge with me, which we're going to announce it properly soon, and there'll be Facebook groups and everything in the next few days. But if you are interested, if you have lost your mojo in the kitchen and you're wanting to join some other people who just want to get into spring and get into shape, or wherever you are in the world, DM me, and I will be sharing that in the next few days. So guys, it was wonderful having you here in the kitchen. I hope you learned something with the chopping of the garlic, well, the mashing of the garlic and the onion. I'm probably going to have a lovely salad tonight. Just quickly, I went shopping today and I got a whole lot of avocados on sale. You know, these little, they call them ugly avos. So they're not the prettiest things, but you know, it's an avo. It's fantastic. Because I bought, and there were 7 avos in there, those are all going to go ripe at the same time. The trick is, put them underwater, and you can see I'm ready here. Put them underwater in your fridge. You want to basically seal this part off from the air. Put it in the fridge, and then these will take much longer to ripen. So you're going to save yourself a fortune, because we all hate avos, because you buy them, they're green, and then by the time you use them, they're all old and rotten. So put them underwater and then into the fridge. So that's going to go in the fridge soon. I'm probably going to make a salad. So I've got a lovely iceberg lettuce. I've got some other prep that I'm going to be doing. I've decided to put my prepped vegetables into some beautiful containers so I can see what's in there, because my problem is putting stuff in the fridge in those drawers, those crisper drawers that are made for vegetables. I call them where my veggies go to die. So if you've ever bought veggies and with good intention, you're going to eat salad this week, and then you've bought 2 or 3 salad packs, put them in the fridge in the crisper trays, and then 4 days later, you remember that you bought them because they're not in your face visual. and then they've gone slimy. It's a waste of money. I usually buy those and I put them straight in front of me in the fridge where I can see them, where they are basically in my face saying, eat me. And then, you know, I'll buy like the whole lettuce, which will, if you don't go shopping a lot, which I can then chop down 3 or 4 days later when those convenient salad packs are gone. Also, my favorite salad dressing, just a quick little cheat, is some Kewpie mayo or a whole egg mayo or even some sour cream, just with a couple of drops of water. And I know it sounds gross, mixing salad dressing or mayo and some water, but by doing that, you're going to get a consistency that is going to fall off the back of your spoon, and it's going to make a very easy, very versatile dressing, because I can add lemon zest or crushed black pepper or a pinch of, you know, a spice, chipotle sauce or something, and you'll make a lovely creamy dressing. Because mayo, Kewpie mayo or sour cream is sometimes too thick to dress a salad. By stirring it down like this, just with a couple of spoons of water, you want to really just get that falling off the spoon, and then it's going to make the best and easiest cheat salad dressing. So you don't have to make it yourself every time. I do have some vinaigrette recipes, which I'm willing to share with you. Just let me know. Thank you. Yes, helpful hints. Guys, it's all about the little things. All right, I've got 5 million recipes I can share with you, but it's the little things like this, the hacks and the tips and the tricks that will make sure you don't have to have a recipe all the time. Okay, because a recipe should be a guide. It should just be inspiration. Guys, I will give you a bit of notice next time and remind you that next week, Wednesday, we're going to do the live at 5. But if you've just joined us, I am doing, because I'm going to Italy in a month. And of course, you want to look your best when you embark on your travels. I'm doing the Eat Yourself Sexy Challenge soon. I'm going to announce it properly in the next few days. I've got those lovely free eating plans and shopping lists and a little guide. So drop me a DM if you want to join me. All right, guys, I'm going to get chopping with my fancy sharp knives. Remember, you deserve this. Go get yourself a nice knife and get it sharpened. And also sign up for my free knife skills so that you can sharpen yourself. All right, guys, have a great evening. You're welcome to DM me. If I'm there, I'll answer you, but I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for joining. See ya. Bye.